In today's video, I'm going to share what to do when you're carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders. If you feel like you're carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders, I have a special hack for you. I'm Lara Waldman, the Abundance Activator, author of Money Manifestation Mastery. And today we're going to have a deep dive into the experience of feeling like you are carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders and what to do about it. This was my reality for a very long time. I used to feel like I was carrying it all. I was carrying the weight of the world on my shoulders. I worried immensely about the planet, about the future of our environment. I worried about family, friends, clients. I felt like it was my job to hold it all, carry it all, and find a way to fix and solve all of the world's problems. Now I think that is a very interesting point of view, that I alone could solve all of the world's problems, but it was how I felt at a time in my life. And I hear this time and time again from conversations I have with powerful leaders, business owners out there in the world. You are a super person, superhuman, holding together so much in business, your career, financially, at home, with your health and your body, with your children, family, partner. And you are often finding yourself running around like a headless chicken with an endless to-do list, never enough time, not getting enough sleep. There is a lot going on. And the challenge with that is you get to a point where you just can't do it anymore. Either you make the choice that you can't do this anymore, or life kicks your ass and forces you to stop through ill health, through problems, through some aspects of your life simply not working anymore. And that is devastating when that happens. Very, very hard, scary, and confusing. Now, what I have learned through my 25 years personally of therapeutic work, transformation work, healing work, and being in this game professionally for over 20 years, I have found some incredible hacks to support you with the issues that are going on with your life. So one of my special skills I've developed is how to take a pain, problem, challenge, and alchemize it, turn it into gold. So even though I have huge amounts of compassion for how hard it is, that state of being when you're trying to hold it all together, carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders, I understand it, I've lived it, I get it. But I also know that there is some very important information here for you. And also, that is not sustainable. At some point, you are going to crack. At some point, a problem will show itself and it's going to force you to change. And my great passion is to support you to be on the front foot, to start making conscious change in your life rather than being forced to create change. So being on the front foot, being the leader of your life. So before utter devastation and destruction, paying attention to the signs and the symptoms. There is something out of balance here. This is not sustainable. And yes, you are a superhuman. You are incredibly powerful and incredibly capable. And that is also a double-edged sword sometimes. The world will see you as immensely successful. And that is also the double-edged sword sometimes, where you are trying to keep up with a certain surface presentation, trying to be that perfect, high achieving, doing everything right, trying to get those results, hustling, grinding. We've all been there. So have I. That led me to absolute burnout. And if I ever start going too far in that direction again, burnout comes. My body does not let me get away with it anymore. So I've learned to pay attention to the signs and the symptoms before it gets to that point, before it gets to breaking point, because breaking point is devastating. Breaking point is devastating. And there's a way to navigate through change with greater ease, but you got to pay attention. Got to pay attention. So here's what I've found. There's the surface level symptom. There's the surface level problem that is the symptom of a deeper issue that is going on. The surface level challenge you're experiencing, maybe low energy leading to burnout, not enough time, not enough money, problems in different areas of your business, finances, personal life. Those are surface level symptoms that are showing signs to a deeper issue that's going on beneath the surface. This is in the shadows. This is in the unconscious. This is in the blind spots. And this area is my area of expertise. I have developed skills to deep dive, to get very curious. I'm like a little energy detective trying to figure out what is going on beneath the surface. And it's not obvious on a mind level. It may not seem logical. And this is the challenge. There's not always a direct correlation between the surface level symptom and the deeper issues that are going on. And those deeper issues that are going on are within your psychology, within patterns of behavior, beliefs, stories, past pain, past trauma. Some of those abilities that you've developed, that superhumaning, doing it all, are patterns of protection that you developed from a wound, from a pain, from your past. And this is why it's a double-edged sword, because partly you've developed superhuman skills because of pain and challenges of the past. But also, the other side of that sword is around pain avoidance and skills you developed to navigate some very difficult things. So when you're in the place, or when I was in the place of feeling like I was carrying the weight of the world on my shoulders, and if I'm ever entering that arena again, what I know is this: there is a part of you that is not being held. There is a part of you that is not being supported. There's a part of you that is not being included in your business, in your finances, in your life. Your superhumaning, high achieving, go getting, action taking you, very powerful you, is missing a piece. And that piece that's missing lies deep in the shadow. So it's in the unconscious, it's in a blind spot. But also it lies in vulnerability, in sensitivity, in a part of you that you may feel is weakness. And your superhumaning, high achieving, doing it all version of you is hiding something. A deep pain is hiding deep vulnerability, deep sensitivity. And this part of you is not being held. So when you're in the it's too much, not enough time, running around like a headless chicken, it is the symptom that there is a part of you that is not being held, not being looked after, not being cared for. So there's a lot of conversation around the importance of self-care. And yes, self-care is very important, making time for yourself. But I want to inspire you deeper into that, because learning to look after these parts of yourself that are in the vulnerability, that are in the blind spot, that are in the places of weakness, learning to meet that part of you and hold that part of you is a secret sauce ingredient to success. Because when that part of you is held, it unlocks a whole new world of possibility. call it the pain portal to prosperity, or the gold that's in the shadows. You go mining for gold in the deep, dark aspects of the self. So even though at first, when you start undoing old patterns of behavior, undoing ways of working that worked at some point, that got you to a certain level of success, this is the challenge. It can be immensely uncomfortable to start unraveling that, or even looking at letting that go, because it may seem like devastation is ready and waiting, right? If I'm not holding all this together, everything will collapse. But you kind of need some things to collapse, because that thing, it's like a false lift. It's a false lift and it's not sustainable. So what I want for you is solid, secure foundations that will hold you and support you, right? So you can really grow and really thrive, because when you're at your maximum capacity, like carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders, holding it all together, there is no room for growth. That keeps you cycling in the same patterns of behavior that may maintain certain results that you've achieved. But over time, there'll be a decline, or something will be destroyed, something will stop working. Because I believe life is calling us to grow, to evolve, to heal, to transform, to know who we are on deeper and richer levels. But that requires a constant choice, and a conscious choice that's going to feel terrifying. So what is landing for you in today's conversation? What is your number one takeaway from what I've been talking with you about? What is landing for you? What can you see that you haven't been able to see before? My invitation to you is to get curious about the part of you that's not being included in your high achieving, superhumaning version of yourself. But I've learned the hard way is anytime I try and soldier ahead, creating success, right? Trying to move forward without a part of me, which is the vulnerable, the sensitive, the wounded, the weak part of me, I get slammed back. And the symptom for me through history has been through ill health. My body kicks my ass. You've just tried to soldier forward again without me. And I have been immensely frustrated and struggled so much in the beginning. I was fighting so hard because I was trying to move forward from that kind of high achieving type A personality, big goals, big dreams, big visions, trying to get there. And I would just get slammed back over and over and over again. Immensely painful, immensely devastating. But I was being taught something very deep, very profound. And this started a long time ago. This is 20 years of learning this the hard way. 20 years. And what I found is in there, that bit that slams me back, that you could call vulnerability or weakness or insecurity, the shadow, the shame, the pain, the trauma, the wounding, all these parts that we don't want to feel, we don't want to know. There's gold in there. There's gifts in there. There's so much wisdom in there. And I had to learn to meet that part of myself, hold that part of myself, love that part of myself, include that part of myself. And what I found is in there, in the sensitivity, are immense gifts. Life force energy, power, creativity, solutions to problems, innovation that is more connected to my body, to life, to nature, to human beings. That is considering the interconnectedness with all of life. So I know that's deep, and maybe not near where you are right now. Because if you're in the carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders, just holding it all together, like, oh my God, Lara, I can't stop. I would love to invite you just to explore. I want to ask you a question. What is the part of yourself that is not being held as you're trying to hold it all together? What is the part of yourself that is not being looked after in your superhumaning, carrying the weight of the world of your shoulders? Because that is the sign that there is a part of you that you are not including in your life, and they need looking after. And in time, they will bring you solutions to the very problem that you are experiencing. Thank you for joining me for today's conversation. What to do when you are carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders. I'd absolutely love to hear what your takeaway or takeaways are from this conversation today. Please share in the comments below. If you enjoyed this content and would like more of the same, make sure to like this video. And if you haven't already, subscribe to this channel to never miss an episode. I post every week on weekly Wednesday, masterclasses, meditations, trainings, and activations. And if you are ready to dive even deeper into the world of wealth, of conscious wealth creation, moving from carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders to working very consciously and mindfully in flow with your life in all areas of life, business, finances, health, home, family, relationship, then I'd like to invite you to come and join us for a very special event. This is for big-hearted business owners and entrepreneurs who are here to make waves of change in this world, to contribute profoundly to the lives of others, while also making sure to include yourself. You can book your free ticket now for the Living Abundance Wealth Retreat. This is my free online event where I'll take you through my step-by-step process to conscious wealth creation, creating wealth in every area of your life, becoming a money manifestation master. It is a very powerful week. All you need to do is book your place now via the link below, and I look forward to diving even deeper with you very soon.